Whizpace makes use of patented technologies to harness unused TV bands for wireless communications. This is known as TV white space, and that can lower the cost of network deployments by up to 90% and bring a lot more people globally into the connected world. So with me is Dr. O, who is the Chief Executive of Whizpace, to explain more about this. Welcome, Dr. O, and just tell me your vision for the company.
Yes, thanks, Jane. Okay, our company, Whizpace, we are looking forward to a world where everyone and everything can be affordably connected for better lives. So in this statement, we look at everyone, meaning we want to connect people, as well as everything. We want to connect the 50 billion IoT devices that are coming. But if you were to use the existing technology, trying to connect these 3.9 billion people that are not yet connected, as well as the 50 billion IoT devices, it's going to be an uphill task because there isn't sufficient spectrum for us to actually enable this connectivity. So our company look at alternative way, how do we address this problem? What we did is we, instead of using a fixed frequency spectrum allocation, we actually go into a dynamic way of using spectrum allocation. And by doing so, we are able to harness a lot of the unused or wasted spectrum for us to conduct this communication. And since we started with a TV band, that's why we call it TV white space. But white space can be applied into many other bands, including, example, radar band, satellite band, etc. So there are many, many applications that are possible with TV white space or white space in general.
Okay, very interesting. I had no idea there was even that white space that was available. So who would benefit from this?
Yeah, sure. So the benefit will be especially for those people who doesn't have connectivity. For example, in the world today, there are still more than half of the world population that are living in the remote areas, and they simply do not have connectivity at all. We saw news that students have to climb up to the tree in order to access internet for them to take exams. So these are the things that are happening in today's world, and this is one big part of the pie we want to help to address. And the second part is, of course, a lot of the IoT devices coming. So all these IoT devices, I would say most of them, majority, probably 80%, 70, 80% of them, actually require a private network. So you just imagine if you have thousands of sensors in a factory, it's quite unlikely every sensor goes to the 4G network. It won't be cost effective, it won't be fast enough, there won't be enough capacity. It's more likely these sensors will go to a concentrator point. And then they aggregated the data. After that, the data will be going to the internet from there.
And that way, everybody could be connected with security systems and all the things that IoT will bring, smart cities, things like that.
Yes.
So this is the way you're helping to do that. Could this be globally? I know you're in Singapore. Is that where you plan to start? And do you want to expand globally from there?
Yeah, we started from Singapore, but we already deployed this system with customers from 17 countries, mostly in this Asia Pacific region. So we actually do have quite a number of these customers who are keen to adopt our solution, and the application is really vast applications that are possible.
Now, is it being used in some places now, your technology?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, so I can cite some example. In fact, when we look at applications, we classify them under 3 pillars. The first pillar, we call it smart rural applications. Second one is smart city. And the third one is industry 4.0. In terms of smart rural, we already deployed our solution in developing countries in ASEAN, where they actually use our solution to bring internet to the remote area. So we use it for remote internet application. The second application, for example, is agriculture. So as you know, a lot of the big agriculture land, those super big ones, they're actually located in a very far-flung area. And this area often do not have connectivity except for expensive satellite. And this is where our technology is useful. We bring internet to the foundation, and with that, the foundation now can enable a lot of IoT, automation, increasing their yield, etc. So as to actually better off for the mankind. And these are some examples. And then when we talk about smart city, we actually deployed our solution for border control, where the cameras are being installed to monitor the cars coming, traffic coming in, and these are being streamed real time to the command center for them to have real time processing.
Yeah, and Doctor, I mean, this is an important thing because if people aren't connected, the gap between income and opportunities just expands even wider than it is now. So it's important for students and work, for the whole world to be at least have the ability to be connected, and that's what you're
exactly. Yes, exactly.
So that's great. Thank you so much, Dr. O, for coming and explaining Whizpace.